Welcome to Universal Duel 2025 Championship. My name is Joylove Akin Olamigoke, bringing you the battle of the best brains from 1001 Studio. It's the first day of Match 2025, Match Day 11. We've had the brightest minds and most talented students hit the stage, putting everything on the line to see their universities reign supreme, vying for one thing: the top spot. We've had our previous episodes, but yes, we are in for yet another exciting one. If I were you, I wouldn't miss any of this action, as it promises to be extremely exciting. Follow us on all our social media handles at Universal Duel for the games, fixtures, news, highlight, and exclusive BTS. Our previous recap, I can say at this point that we have our qualifiers for the quarterfinals. Give it up for Veritas University, Covenant University, OAU, and OOU. It's Match Day 11, the battle between University of Benin and Caleb University. I'm so elated to be here alongside our esteemed guests in the studio as we take you through the search of the best STEM university champion in Nigeria. We're going on a quick break. I'll be back. Universal Duel 2025 Championship. Welcome back. It's still Universal Duel 2025 Championship. It is with great honor I welcome our esteemed guests, our mentors in the studio, looking sharp. Come on, don't play. Timmy, come on, tell me about this dreads, because both of you are on dreads. And every guy on dreads has a story for it. I don't know if that's true.
Mine is COVID. Blame it on COVID. It's COVID. It's just COVID. Nobody cut their hair for 6-7 months.
Okay.
Then I woke up one day, I had a large afro. I'm like, I can as well just start to twist it. So it's not real dreads. It's just twisted hair. Oh, that's the story.
Oh, but you have a story?
Apparently it's the same. Yeah. So it's just carefree, left the hair. I'm like, okay, let's do something with this.
Okay.
And then
I found out that most tech guys, STEM guys, are always on dreads. Is there a relationship that you need to tell us about? So maybe I should go to the next salon and lock my hair real quick, because I have to get what you're getting. Phillips, what do you have on that? Any relationship?
I think it's just one less thing you have to worry about in the morning. Yeah, that's the secret.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you have your hair on, you have to wear bonnets, kind of style it.
No, we don't.
You guys don't do that?
We don't do that.
So you just take it on, however it looks.
Just sleep.
I also think there's a relationship between, so you see that also with the creative sector.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And I think maybe it's just the free flowing energy of innovation or creativity that kind of drives that carefree nature. Most people think about STEM and they think it's really serious, really rigid. But a lot of what happens with true innovation comes from actual creativity. Actual innovation comes from that sense of spirit.
Okay, I want to see the innovations today on Universal Duel 2025 Championship. I know you're looking forward to that. Tell me one thing you want to see that is distinct on this show today, Phillips.
I want to see some battle.
Some battle. So the question is, are you yourself ready for the battle?
Let's see what
Let's see how it plays out. Timmy, are you ready for battle?
Last time I thought I was ready for the battle, but it was so interesting. The students gave it their all, and you could not just believe how much. I could barely follow the questions, and they had answers. I could barely follow the questions, and they had answers. So I'm waiting to see something really magical again and see how brilliant the minds that we have in our universities are today.
I was going to put you to test right now, both of you.
Okay.
Let's go in 5 seconds. The best female vice chancellor in Nigeria. Out.
We didn't hear the question.
We didn't hear the question.
So, about this game, how do I feel? God is good. Watch out.
This is our third game, and if we can win this game, there's a high chance of us qualifying. So the thing is that we want to win. We just depend on the grace of God, because we're not that prepared. but at least we want to win.
UNIBEN versus Caleb University is what we're having today. What are your predictions? Before I take that, any background of this university, Phillips?
Those I know from UNIBEN, they've always been this. There's this weird creativity that they always give off, no matter what field they are in, and there's this aura of brilliance around them.
Yes.
And then I believe that these students are bringing the same brilliance and aura into this game.
Steez and
Exactly.
composure.
Yeah,
right.
there's that.
Okay, how about you, Timmy?
UNIBEN obviously is one of the prestigious universities, probably one of the leading universities, especially from the South
Yes.
region. Caleb is a school known not just in their universities, even their secondary school have a very strong educational background, representing the private schools. So
Yes.
it's not just the battles of just the brains, we're seeing a little mix of the federal universities versus the private universities.
So if we had to drop 50,000 naira right now, Timmy, what's your prediction? UNIBEN, Caleb.
You know what?
Maybe we drop 50K like this.
Like this.
Like this, maybe we hit them.
So since I went to the private school, and I know Philip went to the federal school, so
Oh, let's battle this one
I
out.
am going to back my brothers in Caleb, and let's see how
So you're going back your brothers in Caleb. So you're standing gidigba with University of Benin.
UNIBEN, yes.
Are you sure you're standing? You're not showing like you have your chest. Okay, I like it. I'm being signaled that the games is about to start in the arena. The quiz master is waiting. It's the battle of the best brain. University of Benin and Caleb University. Let the game begin.
What is missing in the following series? ACFIL dash. Chidi.
N.
In a code where each letter is shifted 2 places forward, how is crate coded? Aishat.
ESTVG.
A group of bears is called a what? Choose the option that best completes the gap. Our teacher defined dash as the killing chef. If paisa is to rupee, then dash is to kilometer. Aishat.
Meter.
From the given options, Brazil is real, Cyprus is to dollar, Iran is to real, Japan is to yen. Choose the odd one out.
Cyprus.
Jeff. Which Nigerian currency depicts a pyramid of agricultural, commodity, and livestock farming? Aishat. Very strong and cold icy winds that blow in the polar regions are called what? In physics, which genics refers to the study of matter's behavior at very low temperature? What will be the 6th term in the series 626-1854? What? Complete the alphanumeric series 1A2, 2B4, 4D8 dash.
H32.
A woman introduces a woman as the son of the brother of her mother. How is the man related to the woman?
Grandson.
Aishat. If Afilim is for donkey, then Vipin is for that. For Kobe. Complete the series AZGTMN. Complete the series AZGTMN-YB.
SH.
Complete the series parasitologist to parasite as actology.
Reptiles.
Complete the series vamp is to shoe as hood is to dash. Chef. If the letters in the word design are rearranged in alphabetical order, which letter will be last?
S.
Chef. If 4 is coded as GPVS, how is ripe decoded? Aishat.
SQFJ.
Pick from the option the antonym of nebulous.
Clear.
Ready?
Clear.
Choose the option nearest in meaning to the word furtive. many numbers are followed by an alphabet in the second half of the series is reversed in C $1, percentage E 7. What is the missing pair of numbers? 8 is to 256. Dash is to dash. How many points should be taken to win a game in volleyball match? Toby.
10.
The boxing defense technique in which a boxer uses his or her shoulder, hands, or arms as a defensive tool. Def. The largest Caribbean island on the archipelago has been the target of an economic boycott by the United States since 1961 is what? What is the number missing? 48 is to 122 is to 168 is to what? Look at the series B3 D9 H6561. What should fill the blank? Look at the series B3D9H6561. What should fill the blank? Toby.
F81.
Anne introduced the girl as the daughter of the only daughter of the father of his maternal uncle. Who is Anne related to that girl? Complete the series. Mycology to fungi as pedology is to what? Chidi.
Sword.
Complete the series. WFB, TGD, QHG, and... Complete the series. Doctor is to stethoscope as detective is to Jeff.
Magnifying glass.
Complete the series. Jog is to sprint as trot is to what?
Counter.
If the letters in the word happiness are written in reverse order, which letter will be fourth from the left, Chidi?
N.
If water is coded as XBSFS, what is code for fart? Peace.
GBSU.
Choose from the options the antonym of sagacious. Chidi.
Foolish.
Choose the option that best completes the gap. The driver was short of petrol, so he dashed down the hill.
I did.
What is the 13th letter to the left of the 6th letter from the right when you write the English alphabet in backward order? Peace.
I.
What number replaces the question mark? Alan Shearer is
260.
The color of the giraffe's tongue is known to be which color? Which rapper whose name starts with D appeared in both Romeo Must Die and Cradle to Grave as a co-star? What should come next in the series 6, 13, 25, 51, 101, what?
150.
What should come next in the... While introducing Ken Zach, he is the brother-in-law of my father's wife who is married to Emmanuel. Who is Ken related to Zach? Aishat. If the English alphabet is written in reverse order, which letter will be fifth to the left of the 18th letter from the end?
F.
Aishat. Complete the series. Alleviate, aggravate, elastic, and
Flexible.
Complete the series. HIKN and dash.
Q.
Def. Complete the series. Indolent is to lethargic as effervescent is to peace.
Energetic.
Complete the series. Gobble, eat, dash, accept.
Embrace.
Def. Find the missing letter in the following series. JLN-RT. Peace.
P.
If jump is coded KVNQ, what is the code for light? Peace.
36.
A group of deer is called a what?
Heard.
Jeff.
Heard.
If the positions of the first and last, second and penultimate letters of the word mythological are interchanged, which of the letters Aishat? What is the missing number in the alphanumerical series 1B3, 5D, 9, 10, E15, 15F, 21, 20G? What? How many categories of color are there in Yoruba culture?
We just ended 4 quarters of the quick bars. Battle of the best brain. University of Benin taking on Caleb University. I'm going to run through the starts in a bit. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. We had University of Benin leading and Caleb University leading quarter 4. Timmy is shaking. The seat is hot. It cannot contain it any longer. It's like, what is going on, Caleb University? Timmy, what's up with your guys now?
You know, it's not about how you start.
It's about how you finish.
But I think there's a lot of unforced error for the Caleb team, and I think they'll need to go into this next round with a little bit more patience and only picking the questions that are very accurate, I'm sure.
What do you think, Phillips?
We're winning.
We're winning! So you talk like a champion already, like you're sitting down comfortably, and you're just like, yeah, we're winning. I like it. What do you think of your formation? How is it going? Your guys, what was the strategy like for you guys to win the quick bars?
Right now, the formation is unclear because all the participants they're all contributing almost equally. I think as time goes on, we'll be able to see some of the sharpshooters in the team take the lead.
All right.
Purple, where real estate, lifestyle, and convenience converge. Amplify your brand with our iconic LED screens, providing unparalleled visibility. Experience shopping, dining, and entertainment at Purple Maryland and Purple Lekki.
Who will emerge victorious and secure their place in the quarterfinals? We're finding out in the bit. Tension is building. The arena is set. The quiz master is standing by. Let the battle begin.
A student has 6 friends and wants to invite 2 to a party. How many ways can they choose their friends?
15.
A circle graph shows that 25% of a company's budget is spent on marketing. What is the angle measure?
45.
If the principal amount is 1,000 naira and the interest rate is 5% per annum, what is the simple interest after 2 years? What is the probability of getting a king or ace from the deck of 52 cards?
1/6.
The probability of an event M occurring is 0.5 and N occurring is 0.3. If A and B are mutually exclusive events, then the probability of neither M. In how many ways can Fawaz select 3 cupcakes from a box of 12?
120.
If the mean of a certain set of data is 30 and the variance is 81, then find the coefficient of variance. How many outcomes are possible when drawing a card from deck of cards?
4 outcomes.
A set of test scores has a median of 80 and a quartile deviation of 5. What is the interquartile range? A data setter has a first quartile of 30 and a third quartile of 48. What is the interquartile range?
36.
Dash technique is the method used to examine inflation rate and anticipation, unemployment rate, and capacity utilization to produce products. A bag contains 5 red, 3 blue, and 2 green balls. What is the probability of drawing a blue ball?
1/4.
What is the sum of all probabilities in a probabilities distribution?
That was quarter 1 of the brain match. University of Benin leading there with 2 points against Caleb University getting 0 points. I don't know what's going to happen in the second quarter. Hopefully Caleb University gets to settle in the game. It's back to the arena. Let's go.
The largest mountain in Africa is located where?
Tanzania.
Photographer who chases celebrities for candid pictures to sell to tabloids.
Paparazzi.
Finish the proverb. It's frightening and unnerving to watch a dash melt.
Man.
What term starting with M can refer to either a printed periodical or a container for ammunition? An activity a gorilla will not engage in.
Swimming.
The Korean band to become the first K-pop band.
BTS.
Which one of these countries is not an Anglophone country?
Madagascar.
A suitor is a maker of what?
Holes.
When did Nigeria first participate in the FIFA World Cup?
1998.
Which is the only country where people can witness the sunrise over the Pacific Ocean and sunset?
Marijuana.
In which film did Johnny Depp gain worldwide stardom for his role as Captain Jack Sparrow? Which city is known for its iconic Golden Gate Bridge?
New York.
In baseball, the two opposing teams consist of how many players?
8.
Which artist, also known as
Eminem.
Slim Shady? What climate region is Lagos, Nigeria?
Tropical Savannah.
Who was killed in Nigeria?
Abacha.
Which of the solar system's major planets has a moon called Callisto?
Saturn.
Which artist headlined Friday night on the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury Festival 2019? What is the name of the character that played the part of...
We just witnessed the second quarter of the brain match. University of Benin trashing Caleb University with 24 marks. A bit of tension, squinting of the eyes, body movement, not showing so much confidence in the arena for Caleb University. Let's find out quarter 3 of the brain match.
If the pH of a solution changes from 2 to 8, what's the percentage change?
200%.
If a bacterial culture doubles every 4 hours and starts with 50 bacteria, how many will be present? A student must maintain a grade point average of 4 or higher to qualify for a scholarship. What inequality reproduces?
G greater than or equal to 4.
A football is kicked into the air so that the path of its flight can be modeled by the function x into t equals -2.
8.
A bacterial culture grows from 100 to 1,000 cells in 5 hours. What is the approximate number of cells after 10 hours? If the initial size of a bacterial colony is 200 cells and it increases to 800 cells, what is
300%.
If a scientist measures a sample's mass as 0.0025 kg, what is the mass in grams?
0.25 grams.
If a car's fuel efficiency is 20 kilometers per liter, in a sample of 1,500 voters, 500 voted for the candidate B, what percentage of voters did not vote for candidate B? An electricity official used a 40-meter ladder to climb a pole, and the pole is 40 meters. What is the distance?
20 meters.
A warehouse's inventory changes by 1,200 units per quarter, 0.3 times the current stock. What is the steady state inventory level? A company's revenue grows by 20% annually. If the current revenue is $500,000, what will it be in 3 years?
$80,000.
A factory produces 700 items daily, of which 25 are defective. How many defectives will the company get?
125.
Just witnessed is quarter 3 of the brain match. Again, University of Benin trashing Caleb University. I think this battle is fierce. I can see the fierce faces on the University of Benin students, especially Igwe's and Igwe on that one. I mean, that was such a beautiful one. Remember, the students are drilled in applied mathematics, verbal reasoning, general knowledge, and also data analysis. We're going back to the arena to end the brain match. Quarter 4, let's go.
Francis Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, capital of which country? Which country won the gold medal men in handball at the 2016 Summer Olympics?
Turkey.
Statement: Capsule E is making waves in medicine. Assumption: no other drug is influential. Capsule E is highly effective. What assumption is implicit? Complete the series. R is to second as tertiary is to
Intermediary.
How many letters are there between the 15th letter from the beginning and the 10th letter? Complete the series. Stag is to fawn as cockroach is to what?
Nymph.
Complete the series. AGLPS.
W.
Complete the series. Gregarious is to sociable as reclusive is to what?
Extroverted.
Complete the series. Pomel is to hit as recite is to dash.
Poem.
If every 4th letter in the word proficient is removed, which letter will be third from the right?
F.
In a code where each letter is shifted 2 positions backward, how is hello coded?
EJKKN.
Identify the missing letter in the series. DHL-Q.
Q.
DNA of success means what?
Essential qualities for success.
In Start 2, which position does the middle letter sit in the alphabet series?
18.
Find the missing term in this 1B3 5D9-15F21. How many minutes does an interval last in volleyball?
University of Benin versus Caleb University. We have University of Benin winning the brain match. Oh my goodness. Timmy needs water in the studio. Somebody help. Timmy, are you okay? At this point, Philip, you should check if he's okay. You know, maybe find him. Are you okay? You need water?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It was not a very good performance from the Caleb team. I don't think they took any of the quarter round in the final round, and I'd expected at least a show of challenge, at least, you know, push them to the very limit.
Yes.
It was not a good showing at all.
Phillips, University of Benin, a proud winner. Obonge Odogu, sitting comfortably as a winner. Come on, don't play.
As much as they're winning, they are also getting a few wrong. So if it would require Caleb to perform a miracle to catch up at this point, I think. But let's see how the rest of this section goes.
All right, it's fantastic. I have on display right now the points and marks. University of Benin leading, trashing, beating, flogging, every word possible. Caleb University 38-0.
Very, very.
Timmy, take your paper, cover your face. Just, thank you. One question that stood out for me has to be how many points you should have to win a volleyball match. I also want to talk about how we can strike a balance, extracurricular activities in our universities, and also getting the grades. Because we've seen so many people do well in football, in volleyball, in basketball. How can we strike this balance in our university, Timmy?
I think it's just a more open-minded view of what it means to be a graduate, right? I think that's what the schools need to think about. And it's not just the school. To the best of my knowledge, most, if not all, federal universities, state universities have a very strong sporting program. It's also mandated on us as students to actually go out there and take advantage of those opportunities. Some,
let me say, federal universities are kind of not as open to extracurricular activities, and where are some situations where if your extracurricular activity that is organized by the school coincides with like a test or exam, nothing will be moved for you, and no retake. There will be no retake. So I think there should be a more open approach to extracurricular activities and encouragement of extracurricular activities, even if it means doing extra work on the part of the lecturers to redo a test or redo some sort of exam that must have been missed during the period.
So one thing I also saw that affected Caleb University has to be their confidence level. They were so jittery, you could tell from the squinting of their faces. And I was having a conversation earlier with my friends, and they were talking about how it's possible for you to know a question, but because of how fast the questions are being reeled out, you're not confident enough to reel out the answers as well.
In life, you actually shouldn't fear failure. Apparently, in the startup world, like failure is like welcomed, and you are actually encouraged to fail early. So you don't carry the failure over like a period of 5 years and then fail after 5 years. If you see something that's going to fail, make sure it fails early so you can learn from it and then build better in the startup world. And that means we need to encourage our young ones to learn to fail and fail fast. Fail fast, learn your lesson, pick up and move on.
I totally agree with you. It's the end of the brain match between the battle of the best brain, University of Benin and Caleb University, with the University of Benin defeating Caleb University. It's game 2, the battle between Yabatech and Achievers University, all after the break on University Duel 2025 Championship.
What's your Smart Challenge program?
It's basically an attendance tracking system or an attendance taking system.
Okay.
We have a problem in some particular institutions whereby they need a particular ultimatum to write the final examinations. Like maybe you need 80% attendance and all that.
Yes.
Then you have a particular situation whereby a student attends the class, but due to lack of accountability, maybe the lecturer misplaces this thing or had a beef with his class rep and crosses his name out.
Oh wow.
It happens. It happens. It happens. So that kind of things happen. So we are just trying to create an automatic attendance taking system whereby the student just needs to put your card close to the RFID reader and it immediately logs you in that you have attended the class. So there's no need to worry about negative factors
If your class is different.
that is associated with manual attendance. And this is just before our game against Yabatech. They're a really strong side, really, and we are just hoping to have a good game and have a nice time.
We'll be competing against Achievers University. We won our first 2 games, so we believe we'll win this one also.
Welcome back to University Duel 2025 Championship. It's match day 11, game 2. The battle of the best brain between Yabatech and Achievers University. I'm still here alongside my esteemed guest in the studio, Yabatech and Achievers University. Phillips, any background in any of these 2 schools?
There's this saying that, or is it a notion rather, that Yabatech students are always one of the best in terms of practicals. So, well, you completed it. so I guess it's common then. So I think Yabatech, I think they could have an edge in this round.
They could have an edge.
Yeah.
So you're pitching your tent towards Yabatech.
Yes.
To me, this is a time for you to come back and make that win. Yabatech and Achievers University.
Yabatech, like you mentioned, have always been known to be very strong technically. And like you said, I think is that one technical school that have been put at the level of even top universities historically in terms of the kind of graduates they've been able to put out. I have a bias for technical schools, unfortunately. And that's because I think we have a gap in the market for more technically skilled labor. We tend to prioritize university graduates in Nigeria, and I think no country that is going to drive productivity can do that without a strong technical base. I do not know so much about Achievers, unfortunately, so I do not know how to comment properly about what they do, but I know what it took to get this far in the program, and I think they must have done a lot. So it will be very interesting to see my theory, the universities versus the technical schools. So who comes out on top of it once again?
Your predictions?
I'll stay with my bias.
You'll stay with your bias?
Unfortunately.
Okay, so you're doing Yabatech?
Yes, so we don't have a competition this time around.
We don't have a competition this time? Wait, to me, be honest. Is it that you're scared this time? There's a probability that you might just lose this one.
I didn't want to support Yabatech, so I don't jinx them.
Don't mind me. Oh my goodness, I've been signaled that the game is about to kick off in the arena with the quiz master standing by. Let the battle begin. University, Achievers University, as they take on Yabatech. Let's go.
How many minutes does an interval last in volleyball? Teretse Khama was the first president 1966 to 1980 of which landlocked South African country? A sustained period of significant economic decline that sees a nation's GDP drop, unemployment rates rise, and consumer confidence suffer is what?
Inflation rate.
Arrange the words given in the meaningful sequence. Switch on, door, lock, room, key.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What term comes next in the sequence? A, C, F, H, K, M, P, R, and what?
UW.
If the letters of the English alphabet are arranged in reverse order, which letter will be ninth from the beginning? Samuel. Complete the series. L times M is 12 times 13. U times W, and the next is Nifemi.
21 times 23.
Complete the A, B, B, D, C, F, D, H, E, dash, dash. Rafiat. Complete the series. Abate is to intensify and Sate is to what? Rafiat. Complete the series. Collar is to shirt as hat is to what? Femi. What letter comes midway between the letters K and R in the alphabet?
O.
Daniel.
O.
Which one of these words can be substituted for the sentence extreme old age and a man behaves like a fool? Yajara.
Senility.
What is the synonym for hypothesis?
Assumption.
Which one of these is synonym for fission? Adamiji. A group of giraffes is called a what?
Tower.
Yes. A group of Towers. Ebenezer said to the lady sitting in the car, the only daughter of the brother of my wife is the sister-in-law of the brother of your sister. How the husband of the lady is related to Ebenezer? How many players are in arena polo?
8.
What nation's democratic tradition did President Ian Khama uphold in August 2008 by firmly rejecting an offer for a third term? What process is named after the prefix DE and refers to removing salt from water?
Decrystallization.
Nifemi. Arrange the following words in logical order: sleep, brush, floss, mouthwash. Samuel.
3, 2, 4, 1.
Complete the series 1551 216 110 dash. If the letters of the English alphabet are divided into 2 equal halves, which letter will be at the end of the first half?
M.
Femi. Which of these completes the analogy? Sheep is to mutton as deer is to what?
Venice.
Samuel. Complete the series PMT, OOS, NQR, MSQ, dash. Complete the series opaque is to clear as cogent is to what?
Concrete.
Adamechi. Complete the series abstract is to research as paper is to dash.
Hypothesis.
Samuel. The logical order of the following words in terms of numbers: insert key, buckle, seat belt, turn ignition, depress the brake pad are. Choose the word that is nearest in meaning to the word in capital letters. Corporal punishment is still used in some schools as a deterrent to undisciplined students. Samuel.
Measure.
The idiomatic expression burn the midnight oil means what?
To walk late into the night.
Atmosphere.
Hajarat. If hash stands for Daniel.
183. 183. 182.
Find the missing term based on the given related pair of letter clusters A, B, C equals Z, Y, X. D, E, F will be what? Rafiat.
FED.
How many stripes does the brand Adidas
3.
have? Lifemi?
3.
Which nation's democratic tradition did President Ian Khama uphold in August 2008 by outrightly rejecting an offer for third term? The Africa's most dominant climate zone is what? Samuel.
+1.
Find the missing number in the series 4, 1800, 180. The opposite of right is the opposite of Nifemi.
Left.
How many letters are there between the fifth vowel from the beginning and the fourth consonant from the end?
2.
D and C are children of E. E is the mother of D, but C is not the brother of D. Who is C to E? Complete the series A, Z, C, X, F, U, dash. Ifemi.
JQ.
What is the name of the character that played the part of Merlin in the TV series Merlin? The world's smallest independent state,
Vatican
Daniel.
City.
The highest mountain in the world is what?
Mount Everest.
Our 12 backmost teeth are known by what collective name?
Molar.
Ifemi. Each team of the most played sports in the world is made up of how many, Samuel?
11.
What beverage is represented by the chemical symbols beryllium and erbium? What beverage is represented by the chemical symbols beryllium and erbium? Which of these is a form of cancer? Samuel. Which artist sang the song titled Wrecking Ball?
Miley Cyrus.
Lionheart premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in Canada in what year? Nuclear power is the... Daniel.
Uranium.
Which African football team is nicknamed Lions of Teranga?
Mozambique.
In which year did England manager Gareth Southgate hit the headlines for missing an important penalty against the Germans? Morocco is located on which geographical part of Africa?
North Africa.
Which animal does not need food to survive?
Which animal is that?
How many rings are there on the Olympic
5.
flag? Daniel.
5.
The song Rewrite the Stars was sung in which movie?
Greatest Showman.
Femi. Which country has the most Olympic medal of all time? Samuel.
China.
Who is the Senate President of the 10th National Assembly in Nigeria? Which musician called his commune the Kalakuta Republic and founded Nigeria's movement of
Fela Kuti.
Hajarat? Which among salt, water, and oil requires an emulsifier like soap in order to mix with water?
Oil.
What is the name given to any quantity that has both magnitude and direction? Samuel. The vomit of bees is known as what?
Honey.
Samuel. In which city in Korea is the headquarters of Hyundai Motor Company located?
Busan.
Nokia started its journey as a wood mill in which country?
Finland.
Samuel. Country with the lowest consumption of meat in the world is where?
Welcome to University Duel 2025 Championship. We just ended the first half of the game between Yabatech and Achievers University. Achievers University taking the lead right there. First quarter, Achievers University. Second quarter, Achievers University. Third quarter, Achievers University. And it was a draw on the fourth quarters. How are you feeling? At this point, both of you need tissue paper. You need to wipe the sweat off your faces. Because you were confidently saying, Yabatech, but this is just a quick boss, It just determined who will take the lead in the brain match. What do you think about this game so far?
Yabatech just took a beating. But still, I think there can be a comeback.
There can be a comeback, you think so? In a brain match?
Yes, I think so.
I think they're picking up towards the end of the round. They're not doing too many unforced errors, so let's hope that confidence is building. But I like the way the Achievers team are going about it. Very sharp, very quick. They know the answers, the questions they know, and they go for it very quickly. And it's spread out across the team.
We're going back to the second half of the game between Yabatech and Achievers University. They will be drilled in applied mathematics, verbal reasoning, general knowledge, and data analysis. The quiz master is standing by. The arena is set. The tension is building. Let this game begin.
What is the sum of all probabilities in a probability distribution? A bag contains 6 red, 8 blue. What is the probability of rain? A university wants to reduce energy consumption by 30%.
525,000 kilowatts.
A survey found that 60% of people like chocolate ice cream.
40%.
If the 80th percentile of a data set is 60, what percentage of data points are above 60?
12.
A data set has... A combination lock has 5 numbers. How many possible combinations are
10,000.
A data set has a variance of 16. What is the standard deviation? What is the probability of getting 2 6 when 2 die?
1/6.
The number of failed drugs produced per day in a drug factory in a week is given as 23 to 55.
16.
In how many ways can a committee of 12 people be chosen out of 8 people?
3,040.
If the mean of 18 numbers is 30, then the sum of numbers is what?
540.
How many different combinations do you get if you have 5 items and choose
5.
A set of exam scores has a mean of 80 and a quartile deviation of 10. What is the percentile rank of a score of 90? A company's daily sales are 10, 60.
1830.
How many speak at least one language when 15 speak English, 20 speak French, and 5 speak both?
25.
A group of 4 people is selected from a class of 12. How many combinations are possible?
495.
In standard normal distribution, the value of mode of what?
All right, that was the end of quarter 1 of the brain match. Yabatech 16, Achievers University 6. Right there on the start. I think it's beginning to get fierce in the arena right now. I like the battle, a female versus a male. I like to see it happen. We're going straight into the second quarters. Let's find out what's gonna happen.
Which number would replace the question mark in the series 20, 40, 100-820? What is the next number in the given number series 8, 14, 24, 40, and dash?
80.
Pointing to a photograph, a man said, I have no brother or sister, but that man's father is my father's son. Whose photograph was it? If birds is to fly, then horse is to what?
Run.
Engineer is related to machine in the same way dash is related to disease. Choose the odd one.
Tesla.
If man is related to human as cat is related to what?
Mammal.
Which is the odd one?
PSG.
Complete the series. Fibula is to leg as dash is to arm.
Pelvis.
Complete the series. Morale is to wall as inscription is to what?
Brush.
Complete the series. Company is to conglomerate as metal is to what?
Alloy.
Find the missing word in the analogy. Equator, latitude, prime median is what?
Prime meridian.
Choose the synonym of the given word. Copulent.
Obese.
Complete the series. VI, XI, XVI, XXI, dash, XXXI. Choose the best one that
A man of no substance.
That was a draw in the second quarter of the brain match between Achievers University and Yabatech. I mean, they're gradually settling into the game. I think that was an epic comeback as well from Yabatech. I really want to see more beautiful, fantastic things happen in the next quarter. Let's go.
A factory produces 700 items daily, of which 25 are defective. How many defectives will the company get in 5 weeks? During exercise, a person's heart rate increases to 300 beats per minute. How many beats is this in 5 minutes?
60.
What is the heart rate if a person's pulse is counted as 60 beats in 40 seconds?
1.5.
The price of a product decreases from $100,000 to $8,000. What is the percentage change in price?
92%.
It takes 5 liters of water to wash a table and 2 liters of soap to wash 2 tables. Altogether, how many liters of water and soap are needed to wash 4 tables? If the mass of a mosquito is 2.5 milligram, what is the mass in kilograms?
0.00025.
A cylindrical water tank has a radius of 3 meters and a height of 10 meters. What's
35.
A stock has a strength of 1,500 units per mil. What volume must be drawn up into an injection to give up to 8,000 units? A field trapezium in shape has the following sides: 12, 18, 15, and 16 cm. What's the perimeter of this field? What is the logarithm of 0.01 to the base 10?
-1.
A printer can print 200 pages in 5 minutes. How many pages can it print in 300 minutes?
15.
A store's inventory increases by 35 units per week, but decreases by 0.17
300
times.
units.
A rectangular football field is 12 meters long, 9 meters wide. What's the length of the diagonal of the field?
12.
Quarter 3 of the brain match, Achievers University and Yabatech. It looks like it's going to be a tough one. The final quarters is going to be a determinant. Let's find out.
Country with the lowest consumption of meat in the world is what?
Finland.
In which country was the setting for the first mummy film?
Egypt.
Which sports brand is named after the Greek goddess of victory?
Prada.
What part of the UK is the Beatles, the British group that came from?
England.
When was the West African Currency Board's notes and coins withdrawn in Nigeria? Cameroon and which other African country border Nigeria to the east?
Chad.
Taraba State was created from the former what state?
Adamawa.
When did Nigeria change from a right hand?
1972.
During which head of state regime was the Operation Feed the Nation program?
1975.
Which African country is known for its advanced healthcare system and medical tourism?
Egypt.
A mountain is a symbol of which film company?
Paramount.
The most successful team in Serie A is
Juventus.
what? What planet is smaller than the Earth?
Venus.
Who is the highest paid black boxer of 2023? Which movie was Steve Jobs an executive producer? Which African football team is nicknamed the Elephants?
Cameroon.
What is the most popular sport in Caribbean?
Football.
Top goal scorer of La Liga 2023 is who?
Vinicius.
We just ended the second half of the game, the brain match between Yabatech and Achievers University. But guess what? Achievers University taking on the win against Yabatech. I'm feeling so excited right now because my guests are so happy as well, sarcastically. What do you think of that game? I mean, that was so fierce. I didn't see that coming. Are you still shocked?
I am shocked.
Okay.
Because the reputation for Yabatech precedes them. So, being trashed in this round, yeah, it's a shock.
Congratulations to the Achievers team. They put in a good work. I think the Yabatech team also did a good one. They draw in the second and the third round and lost the first and the fourth. It was a very interesting matchup. They both had, the two schools had two different strategies, but fortunately for the Achievers team, they took the gold. They answered most of the questions, although they missed a few of them, but they were very confident. I think the Yabatech took a different approach, only picking out the questions that they were sure of.
Fantastic. We have the logs right here. Yabatech still winning and qualifying for the quarterfinals. Congratulations to Yabatech and also the University of Benin. We have two sports in the quarterfinals filled up already. The game between Yabatech and Achievers University and also the University of Benin as they take on Caleb University. The University of Benin trashing University of Caleb. But before we go, I know it's destination time. It's time for me to leave the studio. Remember, the Smart Challenge is also going to happen where we have 16 universities pitching their solutions towards a recognized problem in their society. They will be doing this before the judges and every one of us all in a bid to get seed funding to implement these beautiful ideas. If I were you, I wouldn't miss any of this action as it promises to be so exciting. Follow us on all our social media platforms at University Duo for all the games, fixtures, news, highlight, and exclusive BTS. It's with great honor. Thank you so much for joining us today. Phillips and Timi, passing words before you go.
So I believe that these kinds of events will help these students, regardless of whether they win or they don't win, to help them in life generally, to prepare for different kinds of opportunities and see where they're failing and also how to plan better for different kinds of opportunities and events. So yeah, the experience is worth it.
I agree with you, Timi.
I believe the future for Nigeria is going to be driven by productivity, and without the STEM program, we have no nothing to produce. Programs like this would encourage not just the students that participate, but even the wider population to go into STEM and drive that productive nation.
If you're not working, Timi, what are you doing?
I think my work is a little bit of play and work all at the same time. I like to create.
Oh.
So that's what I enjoy doing. So whether that be traditional work.
So creating as regards STEM or as
Yes,
regards
typically STEM. I think STEM.
aside STEM, I know STEM is your life. It revolves around you. But what do you do during your leisure?
I moonlight as a goldsmith. I intern with a goldsmith where we try to make jewelry pieces. Again, you apply a little bit of science and methodology, and those are kind of things I enjoy doing.
All right, how about you, Phillips?
I am an inventor. I'm a patent inventor. So I'm just always thinking, not actively. Thinking does not have to be active. It can just be passive, rolling things around in your mind, seeing it from different perspectives. And so, yeah, thinking can be fun.
Okay. Philip say so. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and thank you so much for having me in the studio with you.
Thank you.
All right, remember we are on YouTube channels and every other station January 25 to March 2025 to determine University STEM champion. My name is Joy Love, signing right out of the studio on Universal Duel 2025 Championship, the battle of the best brains.